So my last topic today, I'm almost out of time, and let me why don't you guys tell me if you want me to carry on for the next 10 minutes or stop here? I wanted to kind of, talk about the Maxwell demon. Should I carry on or should I stop?
I think it would be better if we carry on. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the microscopic view of entropy brings, inspired Maxwell to propose a thought experiment, which is called Maxwell's demon. And Maxwell's demon is that suppose you have a situation like this with a stop in between, and here you've got some windows, glass windows, so you can see, but you don't have to, it doesn't change the pressure or stuff like that. And there's a little, demon sitting on the stop. And whenever there is a molecule which is coming this way, the demon opens the stop and lets it pass. But if it's coming this way, it doesn't let it pass. So then what will happen is that, remember that one of the experiments that we talked about is we just allowed the Joule expansion where, there was a gas here and there was no gas here. And when we opened the stop, there was a change in the entropy. So what the Maxwell's demon can do is that, little by little, it can actually, that was an irreversible process, right? So it can reverse an irreversible process without doing any work, because the Maxwell's demon is not doing any work on the gas, right? So it can actually, violate the second law of thermodynamics. And also, the thing that we just saw, Maxwell's demon can say, okay, we have two gases, we have this mixture of gases, of two gases, and I'm just gonna open the stop such that if one of the gases is coming this way, I'm going to open it. If the other type of gas is going that way, I'm going to open it. And therefore, it can, undo the mixing that we just saw, and therefore decrease the entropy without actually doing any work. So the existence of Maxwell's demon, means that the laws of thermodynamics can be violated. So that was a kind of paradox that was, out there for a long, long time. And it wasn't until recently that its solution was proposed. And the solution turns out to be quite interesting. It has to do with information. So the Maxwell's demon must have some, piece of paper or a hard drive or its memory where it's storing information. But there's a large amount of information that it has to store. So at some point, the information that it doesn't need, it needs to erase some of that. Okay, so it needs to erase some of that information. So it turns out that the act of erasing information creates heat, and therefore it increases the entropy of the total system. So until it erases that information, the entropy remains constant. But once it actually starts erasing, the system, the entropy increases. So it's really like, so it's really so the idea that, somehow the demon is not part of the system is something that has to be challenged for this to be, for there to be resolution to this puzzle. Okay, so I just told you the result because it's kind of a bit beyond the course, but the Maxwell's demon is a nice, it is a nice sort of, thought experiment that, you should all know about. Okay, so that is all I have, but any questions?